Hey guys, I wanted to share with you 3 tips that are really foundational for good handwriting, especially during this time when you're more and more people are home and or have become their children's teacher, and especially those pre-K and kindergarten years when writing is so foundational. I wanted to just give you something to put in your toolbox so that you can help your kids through this. So the first thing is pencil grip. So I like to use smaller pencils for smaller hands. The pre-K years, the kindergarten years, I like small pencils versus those big chunky pencils. So you can either use a golf scorekeeping pencil or just sharpen a regular size pencil down. But here's what you do. I've got it written here behind me. Drop it, pinch it, flip it. So you have them put their pencil on the table with the point facing them. They're going to flip it, they're going to pinch it, where the paint meets the wood, and then they're going to flip it and let it rest back here in this meaty part of their hand. So they drop it, they pinch it, and they flip it. So they get on their way, they start writing, you see them go back to their old ways, you just say drop it, pinch it, flip it. Have them drop it, pinch it, flip it. The best time to work on this is not always during actual schoolwork, but during coloring, free writing, or just drawing time, because during schoolwork they're putting so much of their attention on their schoolwork that we don't want to cause any frustration. I like to have a piece of paper with the numbers 1 through 5 written down on there, and as they each time I catch them in the act of holding their pencil right, I mark through one of the numbers, and once I get to 5 and I've caught them 5 times holding their pencil right, then they get a treat, whether it's a sticker, something out of the candy jar, extra free time, whatever. But I do like to reward them for holding their pencil right. Now, if they can't, if they're really struggling to get that 3-finger grip and they're still in that immature fisting grip, then you really want to find ways to encourage this, right? So tweezers, clothespins, picking up small objects, clipping them around a paper plate, even if there was a snack that they could use these for, that'd be great. I like to use small pieces of chalk or even small crayons. So when I have kids work on my board, we use teensy little pieces of chalk to encourage this. I can leave a link too. I have a video about how to make Mr. Moneyman, but he's just a tennis ball. We decorate and put a slit in his mouth, and then we feed him coins. But again, we're doing this. Or I have coins on the table. Just practice flipping them head to tails. I also like, you can have take a piece of paper, rip it, wad it up, and flick it. We're getting this again. I also love, and I'll put a link down below and get this open and have it listed under my favorites page on or the favorites tab on my website. But this Crazy Erin's Thinking Putty is a great tool for kids. It's a hand strengthener, it's fun, it's great to keep in your purse, on the go, at those times that they're like, Mom, hand me your phone, and you don't want to hand them the phone, something to keep them busy, but great for hand strengthening. They can even work on this, so they can work on just pinching and strengthening that. I like to hide pennies in it and have them dig the pennies out. Great, great, great tool for hand strengthening. So, tip number 2, position of their paper, super important. It's little, but it's important. So whatever hand is their dominant hand, you want that side of the paper higher up than the other side. So for me, I'm right-handed, so I want the right side of my paper higher than the left when it's laying on the table. And then for kids, I just put a little smiley face right there, so they know the smiley face goes higher than the non-smiley face side. Tip number 3, posture, so important. We have a neck to hold up our heads. We don't need to hold our head up with our hand while we write. We don't need to lay our head across the table while we write. The purpose of your non-dominant hand is to be the helper hand. This hand is supposed to hold the piece of paper and support it. It doesn't seem like it's that necessary, but it really makes a world of difference. So this hand is the helper hand. It's also super important for kids to feel grounded. So if you have a younger kid, if you're at the kitchen table maybe and your chairs are bigger and your kid's smaller and their feet aren't touching the floor, try putting some books, a stool. I've even taken a rectangular bathroom trash can and just put it under, tilted it on its side and put it under their feet. Just anything so that they feel grounded, because their feet touching the floor is super important, again, to give them really good postural control. So we want them sitting up nice and tall when they write. That's it. I hope that helps. Please feel free to like this below if you find this helpful. Subscribe if you'd like to find or have access to more of my videos. And please feel free to comment. I'd love to hear what you have to say or any questions that you have. Thanks.